With you on McCain also.
So going back to the political terms we talked about, where in that spectrum do you place yourself today? Which of the label do you think captures your political views?
Progressive social democrat, which again is a capitalist. I own my own business. I pay the taxes I'm legally required to pay and not a penny more. And, all those things. That's where I place myself.
Would you place yourself to the left of Joe Biden, for example?
Yes.
Where does AOC fit into that?
It's a good question.
What do you think about AOC as a candidate? Do you think she eventually runs?
I think that if she doesn't run into some kind of scandal, and I don't mean scandal in the sense of some personal impropriety but I mean some kind of major political problem, it seems that she has the staying power to be in American elected politics for a long time. Whether she would even want to be president versus maybe going to the Senate or being governor or whatever the case may be, I have no idea what her ambitions are in that sense. But certainly, like, policy aside, she has this combination of charisma, likability to some, but also something about her personality that angers the people who don't like her in a way that only fuels her sort of presence, which I think applies to Trump as well. Mm-hmm. That I do think that she has the potential to have significant staying power in American politics. President, I don't know.
Do you think that's the future of political elections and politics in general? Is people who are able to skillfully piss off the other side, like AOC and Trump did?
I think it's an aspect of it. I think it's also understanding how to communicate policy ideas. Trump, I have things I can praise Trump about if we want to get to that segment at some point. You let me know when that is. But I do think that there are some things Trump is very good at. And this is why it's very hard for me to believe that Ron DeSantis has what it takes to actually fight Trump in a national primary. And one of those things is Trump even though he often says very strange things that if you transcribe them, you go, what language is that? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. In the moment, the way he relates to adversaries on stage, etc., is very good in that he is very much aware of how it is going to be seen by the audience. Mm-hmm. And so that's why a lot of times it's more about, doesn't matter that a word salad came out of his mouth, how he immediately responded and related to the person. It was very good. So I think that knowing how to be good when clips are shared all the time, often out of context, is extraordinarily important. Knowing how to use social media, which every election cycle, that means something different, but understanding how to use social media, very important. Those things are absolutely so important. And whether you're able to do a deep dive on the deficit, it's certainly useful, but I would say it's a bad thing. It's becoming less important in terms of figuring out who we want to represent us.
So just lingering on the AOC, and then maybe let's throw in Bernie Sanders on that.
Yeah.
So where do you place yourself, and how do you do the layout of the land of Bernie Sanders, AOC, Joe Biden, and David Pakman?
My instinct is, and I'm going to answer it, the thing that makes this tough is Bernie says he's a democratic socialist. Mm-hmm. He ran as a social democrat. He didn't run on anything that was really socialism.
Right.
So I'm going by their public-facing platforms.
I've been listening to him for many, many years, and all the way back to the Tom Hartman show. And I think using the terms as you've been using them, he has, I don't think, ever been a democratic socialist. I haven't heard him speak about socialism. I think I've heard him speak about social programs and the value of social programs throughout the history of the United States and how they've been beneficial.
My understanding is very similar to yours, although there may be stuff from the 70s where he really was talking about bona fide social
shit in the 70s.
Yeah, right? Yeah. You and I, even who weren't around, we were doing stuff in the 70s.
I feel like we did, yeah.
My sense would be, Biden is like center left, and then I'm to the left of that, but maybe just inside of where AOC and Bernie are very, very similar to Bernie. I mean, I identify with a lot of Bernie's ideas. Maybe their implementation I'm more flexible on. I'll give you one example. Medicare for all. One way of trying to get healthcare to everybody, which Bernie's very big on, is You take the current Medicare program, you just eliminate the age limit, make it available to everybody, pay for it through taxation. Interesting. However, I'm open to other models if they get everybody healthcare that is good quality and affordable. Singapore has an interesting model. Germany has an interesting model. I am more agnostic about how we do it than just saying, let's expand Medicare. Whether that puts me to the right of Bernie, I don't know.